Welcome to battle number 1 of week number 8 of the FNFC Finals Draft League. I'm your host, Lightlines, and I'll be commentating this live battle between Coach Joe of the Atlanta Talonflames versus Morgana with Siren Spell. Before we go ahead and get started, let's go ahead and review our Mega ZC privileges, and let's try to do this quickly as the match is almost already underway. On Joe's corner, we only have an appearance for Como, that will be Z Attack Como. And on Morgana's side, we have Z Annie Gothito as well as Z Attack Zera Aura. I would go into initial thoughts, but we obviously already see the leads. We have Zera Aura versus Landorus Therian. And just real briefly, I do want to go ahead and comment that it looks like both teams seem to be relatively evenly matched, and given that both sides have foregone the use of their Mega Pokemon, I feel like they've really tried to optimize their team against the other to prevent any such weaknesses for potential, I want to say maybe like fire moves on like harming Mega Scizor, for example, or vice versa with Mega Sceptile. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and continue this match that is already underway. Thankfully, both players were kind enough to let me know that they were going ahead live and that they would stop before continuing their first turn. So obviously we do have, looks like an Intimidate Landorus, given that Jet Setter, the Zera Aura, has the attack lower by 1 stage. Instead, Morgana switches out to Fiora, the Hatterene, which takes a Rock Slide from Eldige. And a critical hit nonetheless, takes it down to about 50%. And Eldige finishes her off with an Earthquake, and down goes Fiora. I tried to adjust the chat log. Sorry. If that Noivern is choiced, I believe it will outspeed Landorus. However, without an Ice move, I don't believe it'll do too much. Hatterene might have been Morgana's counter to Eldige, but we'll see what Morgana chooses next. Out comes Big Snick, the Steelix. Probably doesn't want to get hit with an Earthquake though. Indeed, it is super effective, but out comes that Head Smash, bringing Eldige down to 73%. However, it does have leftovers. So not looking good for Morgana. Now comes Nosferatu, the Noivern, taking that Earthquake very well, given its flying type. However, Eldige is probably going to have another. It's probably going to use a Rock Slide to do heavy damage to Nosferatu. But Eldige is in killing range from a potential, I want to say, Hurricane or Dragon Pulse. Just gotta open those first. Instead, Joe switches out to Mecha Gojira, the Duraludon, to take that Boom Burst. And a Dragon Pulse is more than enough to finish off Mecha Gojira. Score is back down to an even 5-5. was about to mention, Metagross would probably be a good switch in to resist those flying and dragon moves. Now comes Steven's Ace to Metagross. I'm soon going to see a Meteor Mash. I don't think anyone on Morgana's team wants to take a Meteor Mash. Though switching out Steelix, who's already pretty low, yeah, 37%, probably isn't a good idea either. If Nosferatu can get off an Earthquake, that could help soften up Steven's Ace to be taken out by maybe Phalanx or another Pokemon. Possibly Gothitelle if it has Shadow Ball. Steven's Ace goes for the Zen Headbutt. Brings Jet Setter the Zeraora down to 38%. I wonder if that is a choice to Metagross. Now comes Eldiger to go ahead and intimidate Jet Setter. Takes a Blaze Kick, brings it down to about 21%, but restores a little bit of health thanks to leftovers. Oh, sorry, it took 21% damage. There's a good use of Intimidate, but and it does survive the Blaze Kick and counters with a Rock Slide. Score is back down to a 5-4, but Eldiger's on his last legs. This is some sort of healing move, or maybe a Drain Punch. I don't think it'll last much longer. Now comes a Dragon Pulse, finishing off Eldigre. Score is now an even 4-4 once again. So you can see both players are very adept at adapting to the situation as it presents itself. Out comes Gladion, the Lycanroc Midnight form. And out comes the lads, the Phalanx, taking out Stone Edge relatively comfortably, only doing about 33% damage, thankfully it wasn't worth it. And it looks like this is a Life Orb Gladion as he lost some health with both of these attacks. Out goes No Retreat, and all stats are raised. Lads are ready to do their final attack. And out goes a Sucker Punch. Doesn't do that much damage, but it activates the lads' Guavaberry. Guavaberry? See. Sorry. The lads finish off Gladion with close combat. The score is back to 4-3 in Morgana's favor. I'm sorry, I'm very amused by this little gif from the backside. The lads marching like side by side. It's really cute. Out comes Chain Chomp, the Komo. I'm assuming he's trying to fire off a Z attack in hopes of finishing off the lads. The question is whether or not you can actually withstand an attack from the lads. And a close combat brings down Chain Chomp to 7% health, and it is now taking a Z move, Clanger's Soul Blaze. And indeed it does finish off the lads and raises all those Chain Chomp's stats. score is back down to a 3-3, and now it looks like Chain Chomp's in the... While it's in the red, it's also really poised to continue sweeping. Now comes Clanging Scales, takes out Nosferatu in one hit. Chain Chomp's defense is now lowered. Now comes Lithium, the Gothito. And this time it's able to resist Clanging Scales to an extent and sets up Trick Room. This will be more than enough to finish off Chain Chomp, given its 7% health. I was going to mention, I wonder if this would be the first time I'm going to see a commentated match with a Gothito using Trick Room. Even the first time, maybe it's been a while. Apologies. And down goes Chain Chomp. The score is back down to an even 2-2. However, with Trick Room up, it may be difficult for Joe to turn this around. Drapion would be a pretty good choice given the type advantage. And indeed, Scorpio the Drapion comes out. Takes a Dark Pulse, doesn't really do enough damage, and a knockup is more than enough to finish off Lithium. And Morgana's down to the final Pokemon, Big Snake, the Steelix. I wonder if a Gyro Ball and an Earthquake would be... An Earthquake would definitely do heavy damage, but will be enough to finish off Scorpio. Instead, out comes Steven's Ace, the Metagross, to take that Earthquake. Joe's looks like he was trying to outlast that Trick Room disadvantage. However, Trick Room is still up for one more turn. See the speed, 75, 317. Even if Big Snake was max invested, it would still benefit from Trick Room in this case. Unless Scorpio has Protect, this is over. And indeed, it goes down. And that is a 1-0 victory for Morgana over Joe. And what an exciting, what a quick, it wasn't super quick of a match, but it was very exciting. And just watching these two players read each other back and forth, trying to adapt and one-up the other. Trick Room definitely clinched in the end for Morgana. And the conditions had to align pretty perfectly for all of that to occur. It seems like each side had just a generally balanced team to go ahead and take out the other. And at the beginning, I actually did think that Joe was going to go ahead and maintain control after, I'm sorry, I always mispronounce the name, Hatterene. I think I said Hetrine, like Latrine. Anyway, Hatterene going down pretty early, given that it would be a nice all-rounder to go ahead and take some special hits, deal them out as well, but oof. Just goes to show you how you can't really count anybody out, especially so early on. And then not to mention again, Gothito, really famous for using Trick Room. Given the balance set on both sides, I wasn't sure if Morgana would even bring the Trick Room. That's why I also didn't comment at the beginning about it, but surprise installed right there. Very good game. And please stay tuned for more upcoming battles of the FNF Seafoam Isles Draft League. I'm your host, Linus, and I'll be signing out.